All right. So welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for taking time to come tonight. And like I said a second ago, we have Matt here to speak to us tonight because he's my coach. He's definitely the one that I go to when I am feeling a little bit down and out, when I need some encouraging words, when I need someone just to tell me to pull up my big girl panties and look at the big picture and keep trusting the process and doing my best and forgetting the rest. He's definitely my go-to guy. And that's why I want to be that for all of you too, in that way, because I've had the privilege of having that. And I live with him. So it's way easier where you guys have to Facebook me or, call me or something. But he's here because a lot of the reason why we work is for money, right? We can talk about money and not be ashamed of it because we work hard and life is expensive and there's things that we, can really achieve with money. We can give money and we can, whatever. I mean, this is everything that we know, but it's kind of a big part of this business because I know for me, I'll just kind of share right off the bat. When I first started, I had been running a challenge group for almost a year before I decided to hit SC5 every month. And that whole first process for me, because I wasn't completely sold out, I didn't see the vision. I'm not super business minded in the way that my husband is. He's a finance major from UW, and he definitely sees things a different way than I do, and he'll talk about that more. But I kept telling him, because my history is I went to school. I worked at a real estate office. I went to Pierce College, a community college, for 2 years. And then I started when I was just turning 20 to work for Nordstrom. And I did cosmetics for 8 years. And then I did aesthetics. And, now I'm here. But all that being said, I definitely had the mindset of, I work my hourly wage, I get my paycheck. I do a service for somebody, I wax eyebrows, I get a paycheck. And my mind could not comprehend the idea of putting so much value out and putting so much time and effort out and not getting that immediate paycheck and that immediate gratification that I was so used to. And so that's why I just share that, because I feel like this business, you kind of do. You work a lot in the beginning and you don't always get that. You don't get the hours that you put in. The money, the hourly wage does not equal up. And so I wanted to do a call for us that we can have recorded where Matt's done a lot of research and, we can share this with our new coaches. We can rewatch it and be reminded of the potential for the future and just hopefully be inspired to just keep going, because the worst thing we can do is quit, especially when you've already started. So that's kind of my take on it. And I just really I kind of want to turn it over to Matt and let him maybe give a tiny rundown on what he's done and why, because he's owned, a lot of businesses, and he's an entrepreneur at heart. So I'll let him share with you a little bit about him, and then, we'll just kind of get right into some of the numbers and go from there. So go ahead, Matt, take it over.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So back in 2012, which some of you guys know where I started already because I've told you, but back in 2012, I lost 65 pounds in 6 months, and this company, Beachbody, became a reality of something that had changed my life. And for me, it was eye-opening to how well it worked. And Shakeology really meant something to me, still does. I still have it every single day. I've had it since February 2012, almost every day of my life. And it really had a unique perspective around it of how you brought people in, how other people could be engaged and how they could go through it. So what happened is I started looking into it and found out that I could get a discount, got a discount, and then I signed Stacy up because we could get a discount because she wanted to steal my Shakeology. I was tired of that, so I took it. And we just signed up, both of us, so that we could do that. And then I went over to a friend's house and signed them up and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden I saw I just made like $250 from just talking about something that's changed my life, really. That's really made a big difference in my life. And so I went, well, maybe this is something potentially good for the future. So being the business person I am, back in 2010, I just gone on my own from being with my dad, which my dad's an entrepreneur. He never gave me anything. He made me work for it. And he had the money too, but he just wouldn't do it because that's how generations of my family work. And so in 2010, I went on my own in real estate and got a partner and started working. And 2012 came around. We had this life change and my business was not doing that well. And so I went, well, maybe I could pursue this other thing. Well, I went through it for about 9 months and found that I did not enjoy challenge groups. My personality is aggressive. Respond to me or I will destroy you because I don't want to work with you if you don't do what you say you're going to do, if you don't do what you say you're going to do. And a lot of times it's the other person because I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it. I love it. And men are so bad at communication, it's unreal. And that's why I was like, maybe Stacy has a future. So that's really what started it for me. Was I did have a challenge group. I had stuff going. I had about 30 people in there or whatever, 40 people. And I just thought, I started seeing the writing on the wall that I would not be able to handle it. So we went through, I started doing research, which I started research probably in June of 2012, of all these women that were doing this company already. Everybody was on Facebook, so it was easy to see all the stuff that they were doing. And I started seeing trends and watching these gals for, yes, I creeped on other women for literally probably still today because I want to watch their progression of where they go. And there was probably about 10 to 15 that I watched really consistently, and I probably looked at about 50 or so, what they've done, looked for financials, seen where they've gone, different things, because I had a passionate desire to help people in this business, and I saw that as the key, the nutrition and the fitness. There's nothing like that. And I also saw there was a financial side that just blessed you for helping others. And as you got into it more, you learned, man, these people didn't just get blessings in that. They got blessings in finances, blessings in how to lead, how to communicate better, how to become confident in themselves, have consistency in their life, discipline. It was just like changing these people from normal people working a regular job to successful leaders that were making tons of money and they had gone through bankruptcy or whatever. And so fast forwarding now, so I'd watch these gals, and what I found was, and I'm going to get into some money tonight, so if you don't feel comfortable with that, then you probably don't want to talk to me because I'm going to talk about finances, whether you like it or not, usually at some point, because we still revolve around money, whether you want to or not. Our world revolves around money, and that is our trade to live in today's society. And so my goal with money is freedom. There's a freedom that goes, and once you hit that freedom, the rest can be given away on whatever you want to do to help as many people as you possibly can. And I want to see as many people touched by what we can do as possible, whether it be my other businesses. I have a tech company, I have a real estate company, I have a marketing company, we have this company, any of them, it doesn't matter. So watching these women, I found out of about 50, none of them were making anything less than $15,000 a month that had been doing it for 3 years or more. 15,000. I went, all right, in real estate, I've made up to like 20-some thousand in a month, and that's once in a while. These gals were making it every single month and consistently more. Every single one. So then I really started researching just a few. I researched Lindsay Matway to the nth degree because she was sort of crazy. She still is. Christine Dwyer. Now I've been watching Megan Ewaldson, Amy Silverman. Who else do I have? Catrino, Lindsay Catrino. And then Julie was my main one that I started watching. And Julie is a gal that started the business right when I did. She was under the same leadership that I was. She was not getting any leadership or any help, and went through this whole thing with no leader above her helping her. She reached out, finally found one. It took her about 1.5 years to do that. And at that point, she really started taking off. And she now, after 3 years, she's 3 years actually this week, she's making about, she'll make about 15,000 exactly. I think she was at 12,000 and she messaged me the other day. She hit 4,300 in 1 week and she was so stoked. And so now she's going up from there. And that is a gal that is as normal as they come in a lot of ways. She loves cats like crazy. She has like 15 cats, I think. She doesn't have kids, so she replaces the kids with cats. She's vegan. She runs. She is super inspirational. I've watched her learn and become the woman that she is now, being a lot more timid, a lot different than she was to where she is now. And it's happened in a 3-year period. We have 2 success partners. It's a couple. It's Mark and Nicole Jones. We met them last year at a Marketing Impact Academy. It was called, with Shalene Johnson, not a Beachbody conference or anything. It was Shalene's own thing. We went there, we met them just randomly. We signed up for the VIP because we were like, well, let's invest in our future. Best decision we could have ever made, paying $500 extra or $500 each. I don't care. Little bit of money for a lot of knowledge, and we gained so much there. And this relationship has been amazing. They're now at 10-star diamond, or they're 11-star, I think, this week. They just made $48,000 this last month. These were people that 3 years ago went through bankruptcy, didn't hardly have anything. They've been in it for 4 years now, and they are the most not fitness people I've met in much of my life. They're opposite of Stacy and I. They're like short, squat, and just full of energy and life. Nicole is amazing, but she is not the fitness person that most people think that you need to be in this. And she is awesome. She is amazing. And they've built this business off of encouraging others to just change their lives to a certain degree so that they feel better about themselves. And so I wanted to talk about this because I want you guys to see the reality of the income side, because the income side is part of this business, whether we want to just help people or not. This is going to help people too. And if I can help people through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways, why not? So it doesn't have to be just about fitness and nutrition. It can be about finances. It can be about leadership. It can be about confidence. It can be about all these things that I'm watching my wife go through. And it's pretty exciting for a husband and a guy that's been in leadership all my life to watch someone flourish who felt they were never a leader to become a leader. And my wife is becoming that right before my eyes. And as you guys see, she is doing that. I mean, Dominique, just to find Stacy the way you did is just nuts to me still. So anyways, I want to talk about ours a little bit just so you guys get a picture. I'm just going to read off a couple numbers. In March of 2013, we made 261 between Stacy and I. I'm going to combine us so you see both. March of 2014, we made 1,352. March of this year, just this last month, we made 2,721. That's what we made total in the whole month. I'm not going to break it down all over the place because you guys will be driven insane, because I am a numbers person, and I promised my wife I would not talk too much about numbers. But that, if you look at that, from 261 to 1,352 to 2,721, to me is incredible. I never in my wildest dreams thought a network marketing company that has this type of thing would allow for us to be making pretty much someone's wage right now, someone's income in a month while we're still at home with our kids, hanging out. I can be in my basement, Stacy can be next door so our monitors don't go crazy, talking to other people and sharing the opportunity that this has become. And that's 27-21 is our best month, so I'm not going to lie, that's the best month we've had. But that's because of team building. That's because of this level of people that have come in and seen the same vision and are all beginning that. I mean, Dominique, again, I'll bring you up because I'm very inspired by you just coming in and going strong. You may not know everything, but you do it. You just go for it. And you know, every one of you is inspiring me just because you're here, you're trying, you're working at something that where at the beginning, it is a crawl. It is literally, you are on the ground, you are scraping in the dirt, you are putting your fingernails in the dirt, and you are going forward, and it is dirty, it's nasty, it's not fun to the degree. Ronnie, as we were talking today, I mean, it's literally, it's hard to see past anything. And I can promise you, this is one of my gifts. I know I have a gift in this because some people want to punch me in the face because I'm always seeing down the road. I'm seeing what's going to happen later on. And when you can sit there and I can logically break down numbers of 50 different women and see that 50, I literally counted them up. I did not save everything because I didn't have a Mac at that time, so screenshots were not easy to do on my PC. But they were all there with their numbers. They had shown it. That was a popular thing back then, was to show numbers. Now people don't show much of their numbers or what they're making now. It's become sort of a negative trait. But back then it wasn't as negative. So you could see a lot more of them, and everybody was showing them. And they've actually deleted them. I went back on some of the gals tonight just to see, and they've deleted those pictures. So it's amazing, though, that you could have 50 women. I picked 50 women randomly that had just been in it for a while, and they were all making at least that. Some were making like already 80-some thousand a month at 3 years. There's the crazy ones. Then you have the basic ones, the normal ones, the I feel like you and I ones. And I'm fine with $15,000 a month. And so it's not about $15,000 a month. It's about helping a lot of people and walking them through the same process. But it's also about those people that are at those levels, these gals, all have probably about 7 to 10 people that have chosen to go just like them and go for it. And those 7 to 10 have carried that team and that one person up here. And now all those people are beginning to create their own. And a lot of them, I mean, the ones that are making 5, all 10 of their people under them, or 15, whatever they have, their 15-star diamond, they're all making 15 plus a month. And so for me, that was exciting because, yeah, we didn't have an upline that's helped us. You guys might not see me around. I do a lot of stuff for our team, whether you want to believe it or not. I work a lot on this stuff because I enjoy it. I love the Facebook stuff, and I'm going to start training. I'm going to start doing some of our trainings, the online stuff, the recorded stuff, so that you can just know what to do without having to call Stacy or whatever. We're going to make it online so that it's easy for you to access on our website. I'm going to be following Julie because Julie has done a great job at it, Julie Henderson, and I'm going to be step by step just doing what she did. I'm just going to record it myself and go through it the way, hopefully slow enough, but it will be quick enough too so that you're getting the gist and being able to do this. But that money side and seeing that consistency of those women is just pure logic. There's not a magical pill. There's nothing that's just magically happened to them. These are women from all over the country, all different walks of life, different stories, different backgrounds, some abused, some come from wealth, some, whatever, some financially bad, some, had done good in another job and they just decided this was better. And they all hit that pinnacle. That says we have a generic product here of fitness and nutrition with the semblance of being able to share and promote as a product of the product to change people's lives. And then they go and build someone in the business side, which is the finances and that stuff, to the same degree. Are you going to do as many? Absolutely not. You might go through 1,000 people of fitness to get your 10. But if you went through 1,000 people and walked people through challenge groups and stuff over a 3-year period, you think about that, that's about 300 and some a year. I know that seems a lot, but truly, it's not as much when it's on Facebook, when it's in challenge groups and you're sharing, you're helping each other out, and you're doing stuff. You can get to that level of where it is. That's what every single one of those women did. Every single one of them. Now, Lindsay Matway now makes 3+, I think she's going to make like almost 3 million this year. Christine Dwyer. There's some of these gals that are going crazy now because they've been in it for 6-7 years. Christine Dwyer's been in it for over 7 years now. Lindsay Matway's been in it almost 6 years. Like Nicole, our friend, she's been in it for 4.5, and she has not done it that well. Like some of her ways she set up her company, she could have been making at least a third more than she is right now. And Stacy and I set up ours wrong. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can still do it well regardless. And so we're going to try to help alleviate that and keep you from doing the wrong thing. But either way, like we fought through it without any leadership above us. We've attached ourselves to a few people now that get no pay from us. We're not making, we make money as a team with all of us. So we want to help each other out because it builds us. It helps each other. So that's the basic what I wanted to share in the gist of it is there's a 3-year gap here. And if you can stay consistent, right here is so hard when you're trying to get way over here and you got to go and you got to plug and it's super slow. It's super slow. It's a whole year here, okay? And we're still that far away. That whole next year it's still slow. And that's where Stacy and I are at right now. It's slow, but now we're starting to feel something. We're getting like some money here and we're like, okay, it's $2,000, it's $2,700. That's a lot of money. But it's not like $15,000. But that second year from Julie showed me on her finances, she was at less than 1,000, pretty much close to where we're at right now. And a year later, she made $4,300 in 1 week, and the prior week she made $3,600. 1 year, 1 year difference. So that second to third year, you're going really, 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 really slow, and it's hard and it's annoying, and then all of a sudden you just go, all right, it starts smoothing and speeding up, and then da-da-da-da. That's what happens. That's what happens every time. And that's how these are built. That's how a company is built. You have expenses. That's what a company does. My companies, we've been putting into a CRM, a client relational management system. It's a online software type thing. We've put in $100 and some thousand, almost $150,000, $150,000 over a 2-year period. I have made no money from it because we're building it, and I've taken all the profits. We have no debt. We've led with revenue. I have 0 debt, and I own this product that's going to be worth good money, but it's been a sacrifice. What's Beachbody cost? Well, it's got some products. You have $17.47 a month for the coach fee for a business that's going, and you can build it over time to make it worth $15,000 in 3 years. Are you kidding me? The expenses are ridiculously cheap. You can't even tell me. You got to buy some books for personal development. You got to go on a trip or two, and some of that can be paid for. I get a little heated when someone says, man, it costs so much. If you're going to do it as a business, you're lying to yourself. This is the cheapest business you could do in the world for what you can get out of it if you stay consistent. I stay consistent with mine. Mine's cost so much money. I know the end will pay. I know it will. I already know we're right about to launch our stuff. But it's taken so much, where this has taken a lot, but it hasn't cost me so much money as well as time. And so you have to think of any business. It's a business, people. It's not just something else. If you're going to do this to do it for all the reasons, you have to look at that. So anyways, I know we want time for stuff, and Stacy will yell at me if I don't go.
No, thank you. And I'm so glad you brought that up at the end, because I think that's one of the most important mindsets to have, is the fact that you have to pay to start any business. And most businesses don't make money in the first 2 years of being open. They're in the red. And so this is something that, if you guys listen to the National Wake Up Call, I just listened to it today when Sam was in ballet class. And, she was talking a little bit about, well, we get nutrition from it. We get our fitness paid for, as a business write-off, and we get to develop ourselves personally. And that is what extends into our family and our friends and just our person. And so this business is not just, it's such a building in every aspect. So I'm so grateful Matt, that you have that research mind and that you can share with us and be here for us to support us and train us. And we want to make these systems so duplicatable that you guys have that, Team Shine website for trainings you can send your coaches to. And, all of that will be there. So when you sign someone on, you can just instantly plug them in to systems that will teach them and help them stay encouraged during that rough nail digging, dirt scraping, process. I mean, I didn't mention earlier, but Matt would be sitting on the couch and I would say, how is this money in my pocket? I want to know. And he's like, just post, just add value and bless people. And I'm like, yeah, but their dinner might be better than my dinner. Why am I going to go post my dinner on Facebook? That kind of seems a little bit narcissistic. And he's like, it doesn't matter what people think. You're just doing it to give people ideas. And so I really value that advice that he gave me back then, because I really would fight him on it. And I'm sure maybe some of you guys have had those same thoughts, but it's just part of the process. And it's part
this company, you have to be narcissistic to succeed. I've been watching all these top coaches, and a lot of them did not post themselves. They didn't post stuff like that. Now they post themselves all the time because people want to follow them. You will find your own following of people that want to follow you, and then they will, like I said, 10 people is all you need, and they will start doing it themselves, and now they replicate exactly what you've done, get to the same success or overpass you what you've done. And if they surpass you, who cares? Dominique, Megan, Paige, Ronnie, who else is on here? I don't know who else is on here. We want you to do better than us. I don't care. Go for it. Beat us, because it only helps each other. That's all it is. It is a build on each other system. So you don't have to worry about the competition that way, because it's truly a building of each other, and that's all it is.
Yeah, and I'd love to just open up and see if anyone has any questions. You can type it in the chat box or just unmute yourself and ask anything. And you can always type later in the coach group if you think of something. But did you guys find this helpful at all? Was this a good call to have? I'm going to take that as
ask a question.
I feel so much more inspired now.
Oh, good. Good. I love it. Matt, is there anything else you want to say? We have like 4 minutes left. Or any other questions, you guys, from the week?
I wanted to say something real quick, because I believe this is going to be important. Dominique, I'm going to pick you out. Okay? You are rocking it right now. Mm-hmm. We were slow at this business. We did not understand it. We have been learning. You have taken a small amount of knowledge from Stacy and just run with it. And I love it, because that's what the best of this company just did it that way. They didn't worry about it. They just went. And they went and shared. They did dance videos. They look goofy. They are real and authentic. And that is what you have to do. And I wanted to just say thank you, because I'm always going to call out special people that are really just doing it right then. And the next day it could be Megan, it could be Paige, it could be Ronnie. But right now, Dominique, you are rocking it. And I just want to say thank you, because you are changing people's lives. I know some of it's your family, stuff like that. It doesn't matter, because truly the nutrition and all that stuff helps. And you just need to keep going. And ladies, you need to be posting. You need to be consistent. The people that Stacy and I work with are the ones that are going to reach out. And we won't need to bug each other that much, because you're going to push yourselves past what you can. If someone's latching onto you and not doing anything and stuff like that, find a way to go to the next. So you got to remember that this is still business. 80% of your time is to be bringing in new people. For a long time in this business, 20% is with your coaches and building them up with really quality time. So remember, that's how we build. It's 80-20. If you're not bringing people in, if you're not capturing people, I've told many people, go on Facebook, go to your friends, find the Find More button on Facebook. It's called Find More Friends or Suggested Friends. Push it and just go friend people that look like you, that have the same life as you. I don't care if you know them or not. Just do it, and you will change your life. That's what we're doing with Stace, and she's been getting a lot of Success Club points every month, and that's what you got to do, because you got to build it that way and quit being scared. You just got to do it. I'm done, so thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Our time is up, you guys. So, again, if you need anything, message us and go out there and get it, because this is a life-changing business and we love you. So, peace out, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Stacy and Matt.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Paige. Bye, guys.
Bye.